And hi guys, once again and welcome to the Empress Show and to this very important topic about the future of TTS and Bruva Alfabusa's decision to stop basically creating TTS. Why that happened and should he get back on track basically with the TTS guys. So I posted the poll on the community tab and we have to go and see what you guys are saying, what you're thinking about this. So basically guys, Bura, he stopped TTS a long time ago by this point. Let me see. Yes, so around 1 year ago he ceased with everything. He stopped at part 2 of the episode If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device, episode 30, part 2. And before that we had part 1 and we were supposed to have part 3, but he decided to not make that because GW also decided to do their own thing, I guess, and basically threaten every creator that if they are making Warhammer related content, they can go and copyright strike people or just something. I mean, I don't think they were particularly specific at the time what exactly they were going to do, but it sorry, it didn't sound very good. So some creators stopped entirely. Not only Brewer, but some creators, Sodas as well, they just stopped. I think that Sodas also stopped because he was kind of bullied and all of that by people that just, I don't know what kind of people I have to call them, but they were not good people, okay? So a lot of good stuff got ruined because of this. And some of the other creators that are not as famous, you can say, that did continue. And guess what happened? Well, as far as I know, guess what happened to those creators that did continue to do Warhammer animations and other similar stuff? Anyone? Nothing happened. So GW, I don't think, according to my information, never really created any problems for any of these creators, and they just continued and so on. So fast forward 1 year from now, nothing. It's still nothing, and I'm happy that it's still nothing. And some of you did wrote in the community tab under the poll that they have loosened up the rules or something like that. I'm not sure that originally what they actually threatened to do wasn't really a bluff, guys. Kind of looked like a bluff. They don't really have the resources to police everyone, and all of the content that was created by all the fans was actually boosting Warhammer in every possible way. It was presenting it to the mainstream. It probably also boosts sales. It probably got people into the hobby, for sure, because I found out about Warhammer from the Astartes project. Siama Pedersen got me into Warhammer and not GW. So there's that, guys. So yeah, we have to go to the community tab and see how you voted and what you said. And of course, hi to everybody in the chat. Kay Garcia, hi to you. Alfabusa did mention before that he did now want GW going after him. That he did not want GW going after him, much less now that he has a son. I personally believe he does not want to continue and wants to do other teams and or IPs. And DRI says, yeah, in retrospect it was mainly hot air, but then taking a risk this big considering the size of the channel, it's pretty scary. Yeah guys, but as I covered this back then, my stance on this hasn't changed, which is he should have never stopped. Because first guys, unlike other creators that were doing 3D animations that are directly showing you how everything looks like, how Astartes fight, how Astartes do their thing, you can easily mistaken it for something official because most of the animations were that good. And now some, and especially, well, actually the main animators, the main fan animators, went and started working for GW because GW decided to select them and pay them for that, which is great for them. If it works for them, okay. That's not the point. The point is that Alfabusa didn't do that. His content, it's like animation, but first it's a parody. So he falls under the protection of fair use. He's not using anything that GW will ever create in terms of style of animation, in terms of genre of an episodes of any series. What he did is uniquely to him. As a concept, it's uniquely to him. It's very original. These days, I haven't seen anything like that. And GW, once again, will never create anything like this. Whereas the animations, totally different story. Those are the things GW wanted to create, and they did create eventually with the same people. Some of them not the same, but some of them are. So, most actually. So basically, Alfabusa didn't do anything that GW will ever do. It wasn't their style, it wasn't even on their mind, it was his idea all along. And it is a parody. So he not only uses something that's extremely unique, he made a transformative content since the very beginning. So it falls under transformative content, it falls under parody. It will be super high stretch for GW to try to go after him specifically, but in his video back then when he made the announcement, he made it sound like GW are like Warner Brothers going after him with lightsabers or something, and that will be Disney, but you know what I mean. And they are the authority, like a god figure who will come down upon him, and oh my gosh, he's going to risk his livelihood because he has a child. It was never that bad. It really wasn't. It was clear back then that it wasn't, but maybe he saw it this way. I mean, clearly he saw it this way. But now, 1 year later, we see that GW is after no one. And there's actually people that were pointed out to me that are doing direct reactions showing the whole episodes of Angels of Death, Hammer and Bolter, and so on, and they're getting no issues whatsoever. And I'm, scared to show like 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there, but then I cut some of the clips that I did on my Angels of Death review, the last episode a few days ago. Still absolutely nothing happened. The algorithm that's supposed to catch these things on YouTube does not registrate at all any of these things. So you see, I'm pretty sure that Alfabusa is protected, even if he had done something like what Sam Pedersen did with the Stardust project, something so perfectly done that you would mistake for a original authentic GW animation. Even if he had done such a thing, I don't think he will have any problems at all, guys. Let alone when he falls under fair use, because transformative content and parody, which is a huge deal, that those are not things that you can just overlook and go and sue the guy. He really is under these protective, basically, I don't know how to call them, like rules of law. We all know that YouTube as well and other companies have been a huge, big ass pain when it comes to fair use, but he also falls. He also falls under parody, which is, I think, the bigger deal, because you cannot deny that this is a parody. You cannot deny that this is a transformative content. You cannot deny that this has nothing to do with any original work that GW did or ever will do. It is just very, very unique. So I think that he is totally safe and he should continue with this, because what he's doing now, it does work for him. But I haven't watched anything of him for a lot of time, And as far as I can see, some of his videos are getting, above, uh, 300,000 views, but some of them no. Sometimes instead of 400,000, he's getting 200,000. Some have close to a million. Some do have 1.3, but some of these episodes of Hunter the Parenting, which was like his knockoff Warhammer, it's a parody once again, similar characters but not the same, in totally different setting, still not enough of views compared to his previous things. Sometimes yeah, sometimes really no. And then he started with Half-Life. There's another something that I somehow missed. I'm not sure why. That's a Warhammer related hero of the 41st Millennium, Commissar Syafas Kane. I never covered that, so I'll have to go on and catch up with that in particular. It's really hard to talk right now for some reason. And Retro Storyteller says yes. So logically, guys, based on all the argumentation that I just gave you, I don't think makes any sense for him to not continue. Everyone are going to be so happy. He will be able to monetize this fully. So yeah, and now let's go to your comments. Whew. Sorry guys, it is midnight and I'm supposed to be in bed, but Jesus, I just couldn't do it earlier. So, whew, going. 91% so far says yes, he definitely should have continued the TTS series, and 9% only say no, which is a ridiculous ratio. So most of you do want him to continue. Some guy says Roxa Vigitero. If you want to just go to the community tab and see it for yourself. Bruva Alfabusa can continue the TTS series, however, it's those Games Workshop higher-ups that cause the copyright strike attention. There's no such thing. Once again, there's just no such thing. They will allow Bruva to continue the TTS series if his fans and new customers shall buy Games Workshop products. I don't know where did you where did you come up with this stuff? This doesn't make any freaking sense. We all know that people that are fans, a lot of people of the tabletop games to begin with, they don't even watch the animations, they don't even care about that part. They just want to play the tabletop. So not all fans actually care about these type of content, even if they're Warhammer fans. That's the other thing. And because this has nothing to do with what GW are doing, those things can be enjoyed separately. Even if you're actually not a Warhammer fan, you should know enough so this can be funny. TTS, you can understand what's going on, what are the references, all of that, but you don't need to separate. You don't need to. How to say this? Okay, so if you get TTS, if you love TTS, you can also love Warhammer stuff, the original Warhammer stuff, because they're just not related at all. So yeah, one does not contradict the other. One is not an obstacle for the other. They actually kind of complete each other, because this is a free commercial to Warhammer. And if you want to know more about the lore, you don't go to TTS, you go to everyone else. So there's that. I've heard rumors GW is lightening the whole copyright thing due to the backlash. It took a while, but they might have realized they messed up. Sorry guys. And that TTS might be starting up again. It's part of the reason Alphabusa left TTS with an opening ending. Once again, I don't know if they're lightening the rules, but they do not have the resources to keep them strict in the first place because they never really implemented that, like I've said. But he opened. I mean, he left it open because he didn't want to continue. That's it. I say he should continue, but to protect himself and his family from any potential copyright losses, he should err on the side of caution. How? Because whatever he does in TTS is already doing that because of the nature of the content. It is already protecting him, especially compared to other creators that just do animation, like I've said, which is totally a lot more direct and a lot more risky. Totally 10 times more risky. And I've also said, but then I think that he could have continued and things would have most likely been okay, but then taking such a big risk is like uh, playing a Russian roulette. If you lose once, you lose everything. Thus, I think that keeping safe was. Sorry, guys. Something happened to my voice. Was the right choice. As I said, I don't think so because of all of the evidence that I presented. So I think it was very rushed, very not watching the evidence kind of a move. And fast forward 1 year, turns out that I was right. So there, he should continue unless he knows something that we don't, and he is threatened by GW directly, or something like that. And even if they did, guys, I don't think that they're going to watch his channel. They don't have time for this. They don't have the resources for this. Honestly, guys, they don't. They're really not that good at this. As I've said, every time that I upload anything, well, not, you know what I mean. I upload any second of usage of any of the original animations, there was no, like, nothing from the YouTube algorithm. Didn't catch anything in any way. Yes, I put some watermarks, especially on the last review in which I tested the. I mean, if GW have some kind of a protection implemented, but I guess if they do, just not very much. And how can they catch his content if it does not match with anything that they have? You know, the YouTube algorithm usually works by matching any type of audio or visuals that are the same as something else that's already uploaded on YouTube, or it doesn't have to be uploaded, or it's matching, let's say, a movie or a music video that's already in the algorithm data, what the algorithm should look for in terms of visual audio cues, that this particular thing that is, you know, uploaded is matching the original content. But there's no original content that GW can match you know, Alfabusa's videos with. There's none. And since it's a parody, he can do whatever the heck he wants by law. So he should come back, and that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. It's very late, I have to go. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support me, you can check the links down below. Patreon, PayPal. On Patreon, I can watch stuff that you want me to watch and then review them. And of course, on OnlyFans, I do all of my coaching, which is fitness, health, nutrition, relationship advice, meaningful sex educational content, my own physique updates, and more. Love you guys. Until next time, and gotta fix my outro sound, but that is how things are sometimes with the new PC. Love you.